we go. That should be pretty good. And 62 hours. I completed this save file a while back, but I've been adding hours onto it because I keep using it for practice. I still need to complete Pantheon 5, of course, which is what we're going to try to do today. But before I get into it, I want to do like a quick practice run or two of Absolute Radiance over here. Just for some practice. He's still attacking. There we go. Oh boy. Whoops. Not getting particularly good RNG here, but that's just how it goes sometimes. There we go. Let's tank that. Ooh, nice. Whoops, kinda jumped into that though. Oh, we're on to the next phase, okay. Oops, shit. Nice. Okay. I've put in more practice than I would care to admit for this fight. But if you get decent RNG, it certainly helps. A lot of this fight, unfortunately, is very RNG based, but... Alright, we'll leave our practice at that. Let's just go ahead and try to get into the actual Pantheon fight. And hopefully, maybe today is the day. I don't remember if you can actually take Sol in with you in the Pantheon. You can't in the Hall of the Gods, I know that much, but... Whoops. What the heck? Why am I having trouble with this jump suddenly? Alright. Hey, Dodo. Well, that's just... That's just that fight in a nutshell, and sometimes it goes really bad. Like, every once in a while, like I said, it depends a lot on RNG, unfortunately, but... much faster ways of doing this fight, but I always take it slow just because I don't feel like rushing it. Hey, Daedra. Also, Dodo, how you feeling today? I know you were gonna try to get a nap in, but didn't. Hope you're at least feeling alright. Like the super quick tanky strats for Vengefly, the Vengefly Kings, is to just, you get up like on top of them like when they go into a corner and you just pogo them down, but you know, it's not really all that necessary, it's just faster. Feel the nerves getting to me a little bit because I feel myself getting close to getting Pantheon 5 finally, and now like that I'm actually feeling like I could make it. Now the nerves are getting to me for whatever reason. I feel like they shouldn't, because it's not really that big of a setback if I fail. It's not like you know, getting damage in Sekiro or something like that where it's gonna take me 2 hours to complete a run if I fail. I wish I was good enough to do this shit hitless so that I could actually do this with Fury of the Fallen stacked on top, because your damage is crazy with Unbreakable Strength and Quick Slash or Quick Nail, whatever it's called. And Fury of the Fallen stacked on top of all that. What? That should not have happened. Excuse you? And apparently I got like way off time there, I'm not sure. I never messed that up. And again, maybe that's just the nerves getting to me. I don't know. I should really just be tanking most of Hornet's stuff, frankly. Particularly early Hornet. She's not anything that I can't just heal through. I don't know why, like, Gorb has been giving me a lot of trouble lately. Because it doesn't help if you, like, don't land on the platform properly. Like, not that, like, in a sense that I'm gonna die to Gorb, but just that, like, I take more hits than I should. Whoa, hang on. Hey, Gin, what's up, dude? Is that HD? It is. It is indeed. Whoa, I did not double jump there. I think I like accidentally double pressed the button. I at least wasn't intending to double jump. But yeah, my brain is not quite in the zone yet for some of these bosses. Despite doing as well as I just did with Absolute Radiance, like, I still feel a little unfocused. I gotta get tuned in here. I'm not really super tired, thankfully. I gotta do that way over there. Like, I actually felt like I slept okay. Let's not talk about it right now. It's not going so well. There is things going on which I'd rather not talk about right now on here. Okay, that's fine, dude. Things are going okay, man. Whoops. I don't know why Tiso is always so freaking loud. Compared to the rest of the game, his yell is like crazy freaking loud. I love it when she does the double big spew like that. You can just get a bunch of hits in. Don't worry about it too much. Something I've been dealing with for a heck of a long time. Alright, man. Honestly, just let me know if you need to talk or anything. Dude, thanks for the offer. Yeah, no problem, of course. I'm usually around. Happy to talk if people need. I hate when he does that, when it like comes from a spot where like he's not actually at, because like it like did a weird loop thing. Zero is nowhere near as bad as Markoth, but he still pisses me off sometimes. Thankfully, he's really early in, and I don't really care about, like, saving any of the lifeblood at this point. I mean, certainly taking, like, no hits and being able to save all the lifeblood I collect is, like, amazing, but... Go away with your many swords. Yeah, really, Markoth is the boss that pisses me off the most. Maybe aside from Absolute Radiance, although now that I've practiced that a lot, like, I don't feel as bad about it. I didn't even think Absolute Radiance was going to be that bad, to be honest, but it's just very fast. And there is, unfortunately, a lot of RNG in that fight. Like, every fight has some RNG to it, but, like, some stuff is, like, you can just kind of, like, understand how a pattern is going to work out in the game, in the fight. So it's not really a big deal. Markoth is just designed to be infuriating. Well, especially in Pantheon, like... Okay, that came out later than I thought it was going to. So I dashed too early. The sound when he goes wild, I love that, yeah. He doesn't do it in Soul Tyrant version, only in that version. Oh, he still snuck one in. Okay. You got this. This is a marathon of all the bosses. Yeah, basically Pantheon of Hallownest is basically all of the bosses in the game, including the unique ones that you get in the Pantheon itself. There's a couple of boss variants that aren't included, but like like their other variant is what you get instead. But there's a few where you fight both. Like the base version of the boss and its variant. So it's not technically every single possible boss fight, because there's a few variants missing, but it's most everything. Focus up here. Kind of overcorrected. What? Okay, apparently I overcorrected again. Walked right into her. You make it look so easy. I mean, it's very... Sisters of Battle, the upgraded version of Mantis Lords, it's not exactly an easy fight, like, I don't want to say that. But you understand, like, when you practice it, you get kind of a rhythm down, and then it's not really too bad. It just looks really hectic. Yeah, see, like, I'm more likely to actually get hit by Marmu than them, believe it or not. I only got hit the once, but even that hit was kind of BS, though. What? How do I put... Okay. I hate when I get this thing where my freaking down inputs are being ignored. Like, sometimes my pogos just don't come out. I don't know if it... I don't really think it's specifically a controller issue. My controller is new. I think it's, you know, because if I think way back to when I played this way back in the day, too, when I first started streaming. Oh, wow, you jumped farther than I was expecting. Okay, let's stop, like, being unfocused and taking stupid hits. Was this even a boss? Marmu is almost kind of really more of a... It's one of the Spirit Warrior fights, and it's almost more of a mini-boss. Which you can technically call all of the Dream Warriors, or Spirit Warriors that, like, Galeon here is one of them. I hate when he walks into you. You know, you challenge them in the base game, and in the base game they're pretty much just mini-boss fights. They're not really designed like most of the main bosses. Oops. Until I'm unfocused, because I don't normally get hit this much by Shio. It's fine though. I can't remember if there's a resting point right after Shio. I think there might be, though. Don't worry too much, and he's not really that hard. Normally he has a sword. No, there's three nail masters aside from the Great Nail Sage, Sly, their teacher. They're all like twin brothers, I think. You know, triplets, I should say. Or at least they all look the same. Oro and Mato are the first two you fight in. They're the last boss of Pantheon 1, technically. And in the base game, you just learn nail arts from them. You don't actually fight them in the base game. But yeah, so you get Oro, and then Mato joins him, I think. So you fight the both of them. And then at the boss of Pantheon 2, here is Shio, who's the painter. And then the boss of Pantheon 3 is Sly, their teacher. Who doesn't look like they do. He's, you know, the little dude who also is a vendor in town. It's kind of like meant to be a secret that he's their master. Oops, pushed myself into that one a little bit. Oh, come on. I hate when the bees are still going when he's dying, because you can't see them half the time. Is there an evil one with a goatee? I don't think so. That would be funny. You know, your evil twin from the alternate universe. They always have a goatee. Come on, Collector, you gotta be done by now, dude. He's like Daffy Duck. He kinda is. I like fighting the Collector. I actually enjoy fighting a lot of the bosses in this game, even just doing it as the boss rush in Pantheon. Okay, stop spitting. I said stop spit. Oh my god. Just spam and spit. What is your deal? Thank you. Okay. What? I got over that one. Come on now. I'll let you bow this time, why not? You can hit him there and he gets really pissed, but I don't know if that it actually changes the fight at all. I used to think that it would actually make the fight harder or something if you hit him while he's bowing. I don't think it does, though. I did that so slowly. Still feel like I'm a little out of it yet. I'm not tired really, I just don't feel like I'm entirely focused on what I'm doing. I played a lot of this over the weekend, well, yesterday. Not really over Saturday so much, but... So I don't know if I'm just a little Hollow Knighted out or something. I don't feel like burnt out on the game at all, I just... feel like the brain is quite there yet. Maybe I just need to caffeinate more. So like I said, I don't feel tired, I just feel a little unfocused. I mean, I'm doing okay. Mind you, I'm just, but a lot of this is, as silly as it might sound, semi-autopilot because I've had a lot of practice, so a lot of this is, we're not really in the hard bosses yet. Like the especially hard ones, at least. If I was doing this and trying to stay and do it like no hit, then it'd be a different story. I'd be fucking up the entire thing. Not that I ever intended to do no hit, but I mean like if I was trying to do the Fury of the Fallen strats, you kind of have to start off by doing it like semi no hit, at least until you can get some Lifeblood cocoons. And then you can use those as a buffer, because the Lifeblood cocoons don't count against your they don't count against your max HP. So that's these guys, by the way, the little blue masks. They just go on top of your normal health. So as long as you still have one normal mask, like you've drained yourself to one hit basically, and then you have the blue ones in front of it, it doesn't count. It doesn't count as though you actually have more than 1 HP for the sake of Fury of the Fallen. So you can still get the Fury of the Fallen buff and still have a little bit of a HP buffer if you do that. dash sideways. To the left, I mean. Gosh darn it. Should not be taking this many hits to Watcher Knights. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're not, like, an easy boss to do, like, entirely without taking hits, but I've done this fight enough times to normally do it just fine. Okay, I jumped way too slow. What is my problem right now? I keep taking hits that I should not be taking. Okay, sure. Whatever. We don't really need these lifebloods necessarily. I would have liked to have saved them, but... Oh, the fridge sound. Yeah, the Gin's spooky noises are great. He's got some good ones. Summon your freaking jellyfish. Do it already. Thank you. Oops, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, it works. It works. And we actually got the best possible cycle we could have gotten there. I didn't think Umu was going to get hit by that explosion. Just barely. I hate that shit, dude. Nosk has such a, like, inconsistently big hitbox. From the wings, in particular. It's just... It's just so easy to get hit by the clipped by the wings as it's flying around. Okay, I thought I was able to move a little faster there, but apparently not. Anytime now. So this is Sly, which means that we're at the end of Pantheon 3, technically. I hate when Hornet just walks into you. So annoying. Like, I hate when, like, any of the bosses do that shit. It's one thing for you to, like, do a charge attack into me, but it's another thing entirely for you to just, like, walk into me. Because I'm not expecting it, like, ever. Did he say bummer? No, it's like Bama. It's also one of my alert noises, actually. It's kind of one of the quieter ones, though. I might replace it with something else later. Or just edit it so that it's much louder. We're in the final stretch, technically. So we still have some cocoons yet, or some resting spots, I mean. Oh, I don't even know how I buried that one. It was such an accident. Markoth is really like the shit. Like, he's coming up pretty soon. This fight also kind of sucks. That's not what I meant to do, but it still hit her, so it's fine, I guess. I'd like a spot where I can hit you just a little bit better, please. Shit, I didn't mean to dash into the spikes. Wow, she's... oh, I got hit into the spikes that time. That was kinda some BS. There goes all of our lifebloods already. This fight's just annoying sometimes. Like, if I play it more patiently, I can usually get through without taking much damage, if at all. But it's just kind of a pain in the ass. Not really much reason to do the Desolate Dive thing to the White Defender, because it doesn't knock him out of the ground like it does on his earlier version. That instantly. Should be about ready to go into phase 2 there, buddy. There we go. Pretty sure we just have a resting pool after this one. I don't think we really needed to heal there. Yep. It's alright, just grab it back. Alright, coming towards the end of it. Now we get the D-bag boss that I absolutely hate with a passion. Kinda crowded me there. Alright, I just got greedy at the end there, but we got it. Yeah, I don't like that he just puts you right. It's him and then Zote. Like, Zote sometimes is not that bad, but he can trip you up really easily. Oops. Yeah, fuck you, Zote. It's just the reason why I hate Markoth so much is like, if I do badly on Markoth, sometimes I'll be in a really bad position to fight Zote. Don't exactly have any. This is getting very suspenseful. Yeah, sorry, I'm not talking a lot. Alright, we're at the final 3 bosses. Nightmare King Grim, then Pure Vessel, then Absolute Radiance. Oh, I didn't get hit. Okay. I thought I fucked that one up. I feel like we almost did this hitless. We're getting close. I got kind of cornered there. If you get too far to the edge, it's like basically impossible to dodge that upward strike as he comes in, unless you dash through it, but I don't think I had my Shade Cloak up yet. Okay, once again, my left input got ignored because I was trying to turn towards him there. I hope that doesn't happen a whole lot in the boss fights to come. I hate it when the game ignores all my movement inputs. It's a little freaking lame. It's gonna have to be okay. Alright, you get one final rest and then Pure Vessel. So let's hopefully have a good Pure Vessel fight. Sorry, I got a drink. No, we have Pure Vessel and then the last fight. So we're at the last two. I fucking parried that shit. Almost walked into that. Alright. Good fight. We even have a little bit of extra HP for the last boss. Please just give me good RNG, that's all I'm asking for. This fight can sometimes really fuck you up just by not giving you good placements for things. Not the best start. Well, apparently we did not have our extra HP like I thought we did. I guess it removes it. I thought you got to keep it though, which is a little weird. Maybe I didn't have it, and I just thought I did. Please stop giving me so much of this. Into that. Alright, that's fine. We're at this stage. Just give me some soul, please. Alright, next phase. We're getting there. This is really where shit's gonna make it or break it. See, shit like that is what I mean by, like, not good RNG. When it gives you, like, really bad placements of certain things. You dodge one thing just to dash into another thing. It's alright, it's alright. Come down. Shit. Should not have moved to that spot specifically. Oh, we're on the next phase. Okay. No fucking sniper shots. Come on, give me the good RNG. My jump didn't come out there. Okay, I don't know why you didn't want to fucking downstrike, but sure. We did it. Sorry, I had to mute for a second there. I didn't actually let out a primal roar, but I was very close to doing it, so. But I muted just in case. Oh boy, I had to let the nerves out. If you deliver the delicate flower to the Godseeker here, you get a slightly different ending. It doesn't show the void, you know, spewing forth like that, because the delicate flower purifies it or something. It doesn't, like, the rest of the ending is the same, it just doesn't have, like, the void coming out. No, we got the achievement. Embrace the void. Dear God. Thanks for all the GGs. Now I just have to get, like, really good and and beat that shit, like, hitless or whatever. I don't know. I don't know that I would ever do that specifically on Pantheon 5, but I think there are people who have done Pantheon 5 without taking a hit. There's certainly people who have done Fury of the Fall in Pantheon 5, but that requires you, like, taking some damage at the beginning of the fight, or at the beginning of Pantheon 5, and then basically kind of being as no hit as you can possibly be. But I don't know if I've ever seen anyone actually do that specifically hitless. But the next challenge I'm going to be working on, I want to do Steel Soul at some point. I may start up another save file for it. I mean, it would have to be another save file anyway, but there's one more challenge I really want to do, or try to do. We've unlocked all of the bosses in the Hall of the Gods, except the extra ones that I think they maybe added later. I'm not sure that they did. They might have always been in there since the release of this DLC, but there's one more locked door in the Hall of the Gods, and that is to fight basically ourselves. It's called, like, Void... I forget what it's like Void Given Form and Void Given Focus, I think, is the higher version of... There's 3 versions, but in order to unlock the lower door, Oh, don't worry, I'm gonna publish these or I'll highlight this part, and then, of course, my last Hollow Knight highlights that I did, that the VOD should still be there. I'm not sure if I put them on YouTube, but I will be putting them all up on YouTube, including this bit. How's the good old 112% going? Well, I actually finished 112% a while back. This was just me finishing Pantheon 5 for the first time. Also, hey, Grossly. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, this is the first time I actually beat Pantheon 5, which is... Normally you don't have to beat Pantheon 5 for the 112%, but it was still sitting here, you know, left undone, so I wanted to finish it. But yeah, it is a very, very lengthy boss rush, and quite challenging. There's probably like slightly easier strats I could have gone with. That's a good old 114%. It's going. It's going. Alright, yeah, we've been there already. Ignore the playtime. This is also, it's my one and only file, and I've done all of my practice on this file too. My original actual completion of 112% was like 40 something hours. And that's because I got stuck in Godhome for a little while. So all the additional hours on top of that have been me practicing and just trying to do Pantheon 5. I did Pantheon 1 and 2 with no hard modifier things. Oh, you mean the bindings? Yeah. Then I was like, no thanks, I'm done. I totally feel that. I actually, so, Grossly, when I first started streaming back in February, this was one of the first games I played, and I hadn't played it before. And I decided on that first playthrough, you know, so this is still technically my first playthrough. I started it way back then, and I decided to go ahead and go for the 112% because I heard about it. And so I just kept going, and then I got all the way to Pantheon. Like, I did basically everything, aside from one or two minor things that didn't count towards completion. And then I got on Pantheon 3, and I got stuck on a boss because I didn't understand how you were supposed to fight it at first. It was the Pantheon version of Umu, which is normally kind of a cinematic fight, sort of, in the base game, because you have Coral helping you, but you don't have Coral helping you in the Pantheon. So I didn't know how I was supposed to hurt Umu. Well, I mean, I understood that I was supposed to get the explosive jellyfish to hit Umu, but I thought I had to, like, hit the jellyfish and then let them chase me and arc back into Umu, which just seemed ridiculously hard. And I didn't realize at the time that you could just knock them straight into Umu, like especially with like a single spellcast. So I was making it a lot harder on myself than I realized, and then I just left it and I started playing something else, and then I just didn't play Hollow Knight for like months and months and months. And I was like, I just have this last 2% to get. And so eventually, like recently, I was like, I really need to get back into Hollow Knight because it's been months. So I did, and then I went back and I completed 3, I completed 4, and so we got the 112%, and I finished the base game, fought Radiance, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, you gotta knock explosive jellyfish into Umu, and it's not very easy to learn, but once you get it, it's like any other fight. It's not really that hard. It's just a little bit dependent on RNG for placement of certain things, but yeah, I've been like for the past couple of weeks trying to get Pantheon 5 done. So here we are with that. But yeah, so I literally just completed that when you came in for the first time, and I'm very happy. But before we switch to Dead Space, the thing that I'm not going to do it now, but the thing I wanted to show off, I don't know that I'll do all of these bosses on stream, but the challenge I want to do... Okay, so to show you guys here, this Hall of the Gods, this tablet here, shows you which bosses are in here. You can see Radiance is unlocked at the bottom right now. The bronze trophy, okay, is just regular attuned mode, meaning that you're using the God Tuner and fighting them like as though they are the Pantheon version or whatever, the basic Pantheon version. And then the silver, which I have on just like 3 bosses you can see there, is for Ascended, which is everything you fight is harder and deals double damage, which means if it already deals 2 masks of damage, it now deals 4, which is kind of crazy. And then the gold, which I don't have on any yet, is for Radiant difficulty, and to get that you have to beat each boss without taking a single hit, because if you do, you just die instantly. Oh no, well, I might do Pantheon 5 with bindings at some point. I don't know if it unlocks anything, but it would be like a worthwhile challenge to do at some point. I've done all these other ones with bindings, because you have to in order to unlock the lifeblood cocoons from this door. See all these little like notches around the door? This is, you know, that's me individually completing, or each notch is one of the bindings being completed. And so you have to get 8 to be able to unlock the first thing of lifeblood cocoons, and then another 4, and then another 4. And they unlock across like all of Pantheon 5 or whatever Pantheons, whatever rest point you have, a lifeblood cocoon will be there. It's just that this unlocks it so that you get 8 bonus HP with it. This one's 4, and then if you want, you get all of them, then you get 5 bonus HP. So I don't know that anything happens really if you do the bindings on Pantheon 5, but I will maybe try to attempt to do that at some point. I think maybe this does something, because this has like the... Well, no, this is just the completion thingy. It like unlocks, and then that opens up the way to Pantheon 5 up here. But yeah, you'll be able to see, like, if I show you... Pantheon 5 way up here, but I haven't, there's no binding notches like unlocked around it. You can see it, the central one is done because I just completed it. But this shit's hard, by the way, but thankfully you only ever, like, you don't have to do them like all 4 at the same time or anything to get some sort of special unlock, except for maybe an achievement possibly. So you can do them individually, or, you know, 2 at a time or whatever. That's what I did for Pantheons 1 and 2. I did like nail and charms turned off for 1, making it so that my swing speed and damage and also my movement speed were a little bit slow, but I still had like full HP and plenty of soul to cast, so it was mostly like a spell run. And then the other shit was like having shell and soul turned off, which is sometimes a little harder because you only have 4 HP then if you do that, and your soul is limited to 1 cast, so you can only heal once, and then, you know, before you have to recharge it by hitting stuff or whatever. So it's really difficult, but your damage is still good. Having to do all of the Pantheons with shit like that certainly was good practice. By the time I got to Pantheon 3, though, I think I did the one where I had like... No, I did it differently. I did like shell and charms were turned off or something like that. I forget, or maybe it was nail and soul. But I was able to do one with like 2, but then the other 2 I just did like individually, where I just turned off shell or bound shell, and I did the same for Pantheon 4 where it was just 1 at a time. So I had to like redo the Pantheon each time with that binding in effect. So I'm not pro enough to say that I've done it with all bindings in effect, but it is rather difficult to do. So anyway, the thing I was trying to point out here, all of these bosses I have to beat on attuned, technically, well, at least attuned, but also hopefully ascended and hopefully eventually radiant. But again, radiant means literally no hit. And if we beat all of these bosses, including their variants, by doing that, then this door, like even just getting all of them done on attuned, this door should open, and we'll be able to challenge, well, technically ourselves. I don't remember the name of the boss, but it looks like you, I think. And it's just like, I don't remember what it's called, but I know like two of the names are like void given focus, or void given form, and then void given focus. It's like, it's not like absolute void or pure void or anything like that, but so I forget what the first one is called, but it's it basically, I think, is that you're kind of fighting yourself, because that's what the picture looked like, although I've never watched a video of anyone doing it, so I have no idea. I didn't want to be like spoiled by anything. I just know that it's a boss that you can fight in Pantheon. Anyways, so that's my next thing that I want to do. I don't know if I'll beat all of those bosses on stream trying to unlock that stuff. I might do some of them off stream because they're not going to be like overly fun to watch, at least for the attuned versions, but we'll see. We shall see. Anyways, let's go ahead and end this for now and switch to Dead Space 3 and continue our Spooktober stuff.